Hey, what's up guys? It's Navarro, head trader, Penny Stocks Club 13. It's Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. It's almost the end of the 2021 trading year. And in this video, I'm going to review the watch list. And at the end, I'm going to review some of the trades that happened this week, today, yesterday, and on Monday. So let's get right to it, guys. We have the SPY right now. Just a quick reminder, guys, anything I say here are just suggestions. It's not trading. I'm not telling you what to buy, telling you what to sell. You trade at your own risk. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the SPY. So the SPY, guys, here, we have this new upper trend line that it's respecting right now. So that's the reason I wanted to go with puts, because if you see after it hits that upper trend line, it tends to come back into the 90 EMA. I wasn't looking for a move all the way to the 90 EMA. I was looking for a move to this level right here, the 473.50. I thought it was gonna really break down to that level, come back down, and unfortunately it didn't give it. But it's still kind of tricky, guys, because if we go back to the previous pattern that we traded, I'll go ahead and remove this. I'm gonna add the trend line tool here. This is what we traded, right? This is what was going on, coming in, got rejected, bounced, and then it broke out. So if this is a true breakout, then we can expect some continuation, and it is trading sideways. This is consolidation, right? Where is it gonna go? We don't know, but tomorrow we can look for supply and demand zones and then work off of that, right? For now, it's just trading sideways. It's trying to look or pick a direction, and in previous history it has been able to continue moving higher for days. So we'll see what happens, and we'll just be ready. If there's some good news, if there's some bad news, we'll take that into consideration and then take it from there. Again, we'll be looking for those supply and demand zones. Now, being the end of the year, guys, you can see that volume is very low. So that does not mean that there's no money to be made. There's always money to be made. We just gotta be aware that because there's low volume, some of the patterns might not work. Some of the resistance levels might not be broken, right? So we'll keep that in mind as we go into the last trading days of the year. So with that in mind, guys, let's go ahead and move on. With the watch list. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with three stocks that I've been looking at, and we've traded some of them before, and they're all in the same sector, guys. They're in the mineral sector, in the precious metal sector. So we're gonna go ahead and look at Alcoa Minerals. We're gonna start with this one. And this one, guys, I called it out on the breakout of this level. If y'all remember, if y'all recall, we traded this day, and now it's doing a flag pattern, right? So we got the breakout, we got a flag pattern, so we're looking for continuation higher. So if we break this down even a little more, we're gonna see what's going on and how it's respected some of the previous rejection levels, which were resistance levels, right? So if we go here at this rejection level, which is around the $57.30 level, you can see how after the breakout it came back down, and that's where it found support. So now we're looking for this pattern, this pennant pattern, guys, to be broken, and we want to see that continuation higher. We want to see that breakout, right? That's what we're looking for. We want to see increased volume. Now I do have this because I was doing some technicals intraday while we were trading, and whenever there's a flag pattern, the perfect flag pattern, on a perfect flag pattern, you want to see decreasing volume as the consolidation is happening, right? You want to see that decreasing volume as this little sideways trading, this consolidation is happening, and then you do want to see big volume come in. Now this might be a lot. All we need to have is, if we were to look at this average true range line here. So let me go ahead and get this price level just to drive the point across. So we can see consistent volume right here. All we need to see is A break above that level, something like this would be fine as long as we get it. Now, why is that fine? Because remember, at this time of year, volume tends to be low. So any increase in volume is a good increase in volume, in my opinion. So that's what we're looking for in AA Alcoa Minerals. And moving on and sticking to the same sector, I'm gonna skip one here. I'm gonna go to Nem Newmont, another precious metal company. So for this one, guys, we do have the 180 SMA right now acting as resistance, but we also have this zone here. This zone here is a previous supply and demand zone. It acted as both at a certain point. So think about it as a support and resistance level, right? Now, why and how did I come up with it? Well, you can see rejection here, here. So support here. So you see that level, that 59.40 level, 59.42 level, right? And then we see some rejections here. We saw support there, and that's how I came up with it, right? So if we do this as a demand and slash supply zone, that's where it bounced today, but it did get rejected at 180 SMA. So what would be the ideal trade scenario here? Well, let's go ahead and look back at how it's reacted at the 180 SMA. It's tried to broke above, came back down, same thing, right? Then it kind of held support here. Did break below, but came in, held support, continued moving higher. And look at this huge move. So this one can move, guys. 180 SMA acting as support, acting as resistance. So now it's acting as resistance. Now we want to see the break. We want to take profits. It might come back in, act as support, and then continue going. So NEM, guys, has to be on watch for an entry. 180 SMA would be fine, guys. 180 SMA is at $60.80. That would be a good entry. Now, a good entry is not just the price level, it's a zone, guys. So if we break it down even further, we go to the 5-day, 5-minute, we can see where we would want to enter, right? We would want to go in it. We can establish a buy zone right there, guys. That would be your buy zone, right? Break above it, you go with calls or you go with the stock itself. You can buy shares, you can buy contracts, whichever fits your trading preference. So that's NEM, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. NUE, new. This is Nucor, and this one's a little simpler to break down, but look at this trends, guys. Upper trend, pullback, continuation, pullback, and now it's trading sideways. Well, and it's hard to find a pattern here, but the overall pattern is an upward trend, right? If we were to draw a line right now, you can see that upward trend, right? There you go. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Try to break below. This is a failed breakdown. That's a good sign. And now I'm hoping it's gonna try to move higher in this sector. So not only that, guys, but we can also find this upper trend line right now, which is good because now we're looking for that breakout, right? All we need is an upper trend line where there's rejection. So now we want to see a breakout over this level, and I want to see these two previous rejections in these 2 days. That would be a good entry for a bit of confirmation, guys. A confirmation would be when we would see that price actions really start moving away from that level. And if we want a good breakout, then we'll look for the top of the pattern for profit taking. We got to take this level into consideration for profit taking. That would be your first take profit right here, and then your rest of your position, again, if you like to enter with good sizing, this would be your sell zone, in my opinion. If it continues moving higher, you can continue trading it. If you're a swing trader, you can hold it. If it works, of course, this is just, I'm not telling you this is what's going to happen. This is a possibility. For all we know, this could be a rejection, come back in, bounce at the 50 EMA, and then continue moving higher. We don't know what's going to happen. We just got to play it. We got to look at market conditions as well. What is the SPY doing? Where is it going? Is the SPY affecting this sector? Are the precious metals being affected by where the SPY is moving? Whether it's moving down, is this sector being strong? Is it defying the market movement downward? Are the precious metal sectors going up while the SPY is going down? You know, there's different factors that go into it, but we gotta look at market conditions as as mentioned. So AA, NEM, and UE, precious metals, guys, gotta keep them in mind. Now let's go ahead and look for 50 EMA bounces. This is a strategy or a pattern that you would want to like to swing trade, in my opinion. So MGM, guys, MGM has this double bottom here with higher lows, right? So it respected that. It broke above 50 EMA. Now we wanted to bounce off of the 50 EMA. It might have done that today, we don't know, but look at the close. It's not a very strong close. We want to see a strong close when it bounces. So in my opinion, I would like for it to come back down even lower. If it breaks below the 50 EMA, then we got to look at the 20 EMA for a bounce. Now I'm gonna say something here, and I hope that you don't think I'm telling you to do this. This is not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm saying is we want to see the 50 EMA. I'm not 50 EMA bounce. I'm not saying buy at the 50 EMA. We gotta wait for confirmation, right? We gotta make sure that it hits the 50 EMA, it consolidates, and then it starts moving higher, right? We don't need to buy here, because what can happen is it'll start testing support, right? We're gonna see this line here, and we can see it testing support. It starts moving back up, and then all of a sudden there's no significant volume, and we get that breakdown, right? So we gotta wait for it to really start. I want to say the best strategy to do is start building a position. You can buy an entry here, it starts moving, buy more here, then buy more, and then start selling once it gets going, guys. So that would be my opinion. That would be the way that preferably you trade this. But again, a 50 EMA bounce tends to work. Let's look at previous history here. It's reacted well at 58 when a 50 EMA bounce occurs. There's one here close to it, so that's what I'm saying. That might be it. It didn't touch it, but it might go. It tends to happen sometimes. There's one. Look at this one. It bounced, but then it consolidated, and then it took off. So that's what I'm saying. If on an EMA bounce on the swing trade, I want to say 2-3 weeks out. If you have that kind of patience, you might want to do that. There's another one here, took off. This was just probably a 2-day trade. Take profits, because even this little consolidations, the price action is not significant. There might not be that much movement in the premiums. So when you get a big move like this, you would take profits. Never mind about the rest of the stuff that's going on. So you can see again here, and you see the pattern, right? So the 50 EMA, the 20 EMA, they're right there next to each other. So that's a good sign, possible support there, and then a move higher. So MGM on watch for the 50 EMA bounce, and staying on subject with the 50 EMA bounces. Let's go ahead and look at Uber. Again, Uber, guys, double bottom over here. And now a lot of people think, I just want to clarify this, a lot of people think that a double bottom has to be even, that it has to be like that at the same price level. No, sometimes you're gonna get double bottoms that are like this, right? They're at different levels. And then sometimes you're gonna get double bottoms that are like this one. You got one, you got two, right? So it's just a matter of interpretation, a matter of how you see the market. That is a double bottom, in my opinion. That's the way it looks. You can also consider it well, let's just leave it as it is. And now we're looking for that 50 EMA here. Let's stick to the subject now. Back to what we're talking about. Uber broke above it, guys. Now it's coming back in. Now there's a couple of things I want to mention here. We do have that 20 EMA crossing over. Again, indicators don't matter as long as the price action isn't there. But I like using them. They give me a sense of comfort most of the time, because if we look at previous patterns, guys, we see the 50 EMA, we see the 20 EMA. They act as magnets. Even if people don't want to admit it, those who use naked charts, that's fine. But look at this rejection at those levels. Look at how it comes back down to those EMA. So again, if we can get a good, this might have been the bounce, we don't know, because we got the 20 EMA now trying to cross over the 50 EMA. We already had the 20 EMA, 90 EMA crossover. Now if this is the case and we get another little pullback, it holds and then it goes, then another one that you can possibly do a couple weeks out, 2 weeks out, a month out, But again, we got to look at market conditions. We know where the market is. The SPY is at testing new highs, so we'll see what it does tomorrow. We'll trade with the market. We'll see how it goes. On the other 50 EMA bounce, here we go. That's what we're looking for. This is AT&T. If you look at the trend, guys, rejection, 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 rejection. All the EMAs are rejecting it, right? You see the trend. Now we got the reversal. So we got the reversal. Now we're getting a pullback. Now we want to see the 50 EMA hold that support, right? It might come back down again, 20 EMA, but I'm looking for 50 EMA. It seems to be the strongest one. We can see that bounce there, and we can see the rejection at the 50 EMA, then hold. And you see the pattern. The 50 EMA seems to be the strongest EMA in most of this type of stocks. So now that's what we want to see at the $24.50 level. If it holds and starts pulling up, then again, possibly a 2-3 day mover on AT&T, guys. Now let's go ahead and look at the last two. PayPal oversold pattern, guys. Same idea. 90 EMA acting as resistance. Now that 90 EMA might act as support, so now we're looking for that move higher, and that's pretty much this is it. There's nothing to it. It's just oversold. We're looking for volume and people to start come into the PayPal movement, right? I think PayPal in the future, or it's a longer term trade, but again, I am not an investor. This is not financial advice. I just want to trade this, borrow it for an hour or two, make some money, get out and move on. Ford, guys. So Ford is there it is. It's been trading sideways. Now it's starting to form this wedge pattern. So we want to see this 20 EMA, this 90 EMA act as support and then continue the breakout. If there is a breakout, we do want it to be over this upper trend line. So again, Ford, we'll see what it does. We gotta look at market conditions. I can't stress that enough, because depending on the SPY, this might move with it. Now we did trade it on this day when the market was red, Ford was green, and that was great. So that's another thing that might happen again in Ford, where there's good news and it's just trending higher while the market is going lower. Then that's great. We're looking for strength in the stocks that, you know, just have strength regardless of where the market is going. If the market is going up and Ford is going up, that's even better, because now we're trading with the overall market, and that helps us big time, because now not only are we trading into strength, we have strength from the overall market helping this stock go moving along. So guys, that is it for me. We'll catch you in the next one.